learn to not give your energy to those things that are not good for you. I wanted to do this video because you have to have faith in yourself. Sometimes when you have your optimism and your enthusiasm pumping sky high and you're relying on something outside yourself, the universe included, they'll present you with an offer that is greatly disappointing. And I've had this happen to me. You're putting in all the work, all the effort, all the time, all the energy. You're doing everything right. You're firing on all cylinders. Oh, it's green lights. It's all a go. And then the universe gives you boom this plan. You're like, you got to be kidding me. And all my work, all my years put in, and this is the best you can come up with. No, and that's okay. So, like I said, don't put your energies to the things that are not good for you. You rely on yourself. Depend on yourself. Have faith in yourself. The universe is no different when you think about it in many aspects because it's just another thing. I mean, it's an amazing thing, but it doesn't mean that it gets it right every time because after all, the universe is creating all of these crazy people you see here on the earth. There's an old saying in the Middle East, God must love crazy people because God sure makes a whole lot of them, so take that into consideration because this is the source of evil and dysfunction and chaos and all the craziness going on. It's all coming from the same place. So, and that's why a lot of people, when they're born a man in a woman's body, they feel that nature made a mistake, and it happens sometimes. So they recorrect it, and they wind up getting an operation to recorrect the mistake that nature made. But I don't think it's so much nature. I think that they probably did it to themselves. They probably chose before they incarnated to experience what that was like. But in other times, maybe not. Because I personally feel that you don't sign up to experience everything that happens to you because you're not responsible for other people's actions. I remember watching a lot of television shows when I was younger, and people who were murdered and such and so forth. They would come back and haunt those people who murdered them and say, "You had no right to kill me. It wasn't my time. I was supposed to have a full life and spend it with my family and grow old and have grandchildren, and then you denied me of that." So I know for a fact that you don't sign up for every experience that happens to you, and the universe included. So it's like if you make a deal with somebody, you're putting in all the work, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, you're working at peak efficiency, you're not slacking off, you're showing initiative, you're putting in the effort, the time, the energy, all of it. And that other person comes to you with a deal at the end of all this, and it just looks, ridiculous and minuscule and pathetic. And you don't have to accept it. And that's fine because the universe gets it wrong from time to time, too. They're not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. So I wanted to do this video just to remind you, have faith in yourself. If it feels like the universe isn't working out for you, then you have the fallback plan, the contingency of falling on you, then do it the way you feel. This is why I said in a previous video, it doesn't take positivity to make money. It just takes know-how. You had to know how to manipulate their system to your favor to benefit you. I mean, once you know how to do that, you can finagle the system and you can just make hand over fist money. It doesn't take positivity. You don't have to do the manifestation process. You know, that's just the route that you could go if you want to do it in a healthy way, that you're free and clear of any like low energy or bad vibes or negative karma, like things like that. You're not getting caught in a one-dimensional trap. Once you go into the fourth dimension, things change. But I mean, again, for me, how I see money is this: money is a tool that is a beautiful thing that helps me help others, help myself, help my family. It's a tool that you can utilize for the exchange of goods and services in their system. I always approach it with high vibration, like righteousness, and properly and correctly. This way, I'm assigning it that energy. So when I use the money, it's just another energy. I'm not bowing down to it like it's my God, and nothing like that. So whenever I earn money, I know that it's money earned righteously and properly and correctly and legally. So I don't have any worries about, any negative karma coming back on me. And I don't revere it as if it is God because it isn't. It's just another energy of source, which is a beautiful thing. But the one thing about money is it has no intrinsic value anywhere in the universe except in their system because that's how they control you with it. So that's how I see it. It's just a tool to get a job done, like your car. You got a toolbox in your trunk. You don't refer to it every time you drive your car unless the car breaks down. Then you go to your toolbox and it helps you out, fixes up your car, and on you go. That's how I see it. It's just another thing. But if these manifestations aren't working out for you and the whole process doesn't seem to be panning out, and you feel that you're doing everything correctly, and you feel the universe isn't recognizing your efforts or whatever, the universe is recognizing everything. I would never blame God. I mean, not angry or it's not a matter of lack of faith or lack of trust or anything or fear. It's not a matter of any of that. Sometimes it just boils down to money. You got to make more of it. That's just how it rolls in their system. That's what this video is all about. And that's the reason probably why your manifestations don't seem to be, reaching fruition or being realized, is because you have to cut through all of this low density that they've created. So, some things could be done easy. Some things take a long time. Some things, they aren't meant to be manifested in a lifetime, for whatever reason. I remember I had so many plans over the last few years. I had it all planned out and just, it was like boom, 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 just slamming on me. I was like, what the heck? I had so much off the wall, crazy, cockeyed, backwards, upside down nonsense happen to me in the last few years. I'm thinking I'm doing everything right, I'm following the letter of the law, doing everything I'm supposed to do, doing all the paper, getting all the professionals, doing all the paperwork. I got everything ready to go. And then it was just like, I couldn't believe what was happening. Just out of the blue, man. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This was like, so I kept saying to myself, well, the universe is taking me someplace better. And that went on for a while. And it's just, it got to be more of the same. I was like, you know what? I just decided to just put my energy to my own happy, put my energy to my own happiness. That's what I said. I'm not going to, you know, whatever's going on, it's out of my control. So it's going to do what it's going to do anyway. There's nothing I could do to stop it or control it or, try to manipulate or change the outcome or the ending or the conclusion of this or whatever this thing is. Because this is another video that I wanted to do, but I will incorporate it in this video. This is a very heavy topic. When you do everything you can, like let's say you're going to take somebody to court and you're the one that's in the right legally and the other one's a criminal, but no matter what you do, it seems that that person just comes out unscathed. You putting in all the money, the time, getting lawyers and this and that, whatever it is. And this person just doesn't even try to do anything and they're just getting away with crime after crime after crime. You have to understand something. That's because that's that person's destiny and you can't interfere with that stuff, no matter how hard you try, even though you're trying to take them to court or whatever the situation is. And you can't seem to make any headway in this situation. That's because there's a divine plan in place that you can't alter. That's something I learned a long time ago. And then I went back and did it again and again and just kept saying the same results again, no matter how much I tried and what I did and how much effort I put in and who I got, who I hired, this and that made no difference. So you have to understand, I'm just using that as an example, but it could be different for you. But you'll notice a lot of times when you try to alter things or change things or modify them or get them to go the way you want them to go, or, even though you're the one that's legally right and you're the one that's the good person, the other one is not, they seem to just be getting away with murder, literally. That's because there's a divine fate there, destiny, karma, whatever name you want to use, but it's way out of your control. That I learned the hard way a long time ago. So that's why I just said, I just can't give energy to these things that just upset me. That's another reason why you're here, to just, sometimes you're here to learn that you can control things and change things and create things. And sometimes you learn that you can't control things, you can't change things, and things you can't create, they're out of your control. You don't have the power to create a situation that you desire to see reach fruition because it's out of your control. Like, in other words, if you're in a court situation and you want to create a situation where you are the winner and victorious, but it doesn't seem to be happening, that's because there's a divine plan and that person has to live out their destiny. And that is much stronger than your will to win, than your manifestation powers. You see? So it's all a learning curve, man. So have faith in yourself, feed your happy, whatever that is, you create a space and fill it with everything that makes you joyful and happy and peaceful. And that's it, and learn how to make money the right way. And don't even sweat the stuff, sometimes, because the manifestation process isn't for everybody. I feel that way sometimes too. I just feel like, put all this work and time and everything and all this stuff. And, don't seem to be any closer to where I was 5, 6 years ago. So that doesn't mean I give up. It's just like, look, whatever it is, you know. But the inherent dilemma that we're all suffering is that we don't have unlimited time. We have not been granted perpetuity on this earth. You're not here for 100 million years. You're lucky if you get 65, 70 years tops. Maybe if you make it into your 90s, you're super lucky. Some people actually make it to 100 or beyond. God bless them, but that's a rarity, you know, especially with all the food being poisoned, the water, the air, all fluoride and chemicals and cancer-causing agents and hazardous materials in the soils and you know, biohazard chemicals and in the groundwater and, you know, mercury in the ocean, and everybody's eating this stuff up. So I just want to end this video by saying, just have faith in yourself. Feed your own happiness. If things don't seem to be aligning in your favor with the manifestation process, always have a fallback plan. Because like I've said in a previous video, the relationship you have with God is just that, a relationship. It cannot be a one-sided interaction, because as much as you are asked to have faith in God, God must show the same. You must ask God, have faith in me, by meeting me in the middle. It can't be a one-way street. Then that's not a relationship. That's an ownership, you know? You understand, the foundation of any relationship is built upon friendship, partnership, not ownership, not slavery, not enemies, you know, not competitive adversaries. It's not that. That's not a relationship. Because look at the word, relate. In what way are you relating to Source? You know, that's the whole premise of your relationship. But first, you have to relate to yourself before you could relate to anything else, including God. So I wish you the best with your life, your luck, your endeavors, peace. You know, just know you got it. Whatever you're looking to accomplish, it's already a done deal. Like I said, if the manifestation process doesn't seem to be panning out for you, then there's always a multitude of other options out there, man. You know, you can always go to school, get a degree, learn a trade, some online course. There's a ton of things you could do. You know, you can even self-teach, you know, teach yourself some, you know, way of making money. The richest people in the world never went to college. You know, it's just that simple. Real estate's a good way to do it. You know, a lot of places. There's a lot of places to start. But anyway, if the manifestation process doesn't seem to pan out for you, always have a backup plan, because, you know, even the universe gets it wrong from time to time, and they'll present you with a plan that you're not happy with. And that's okay. It's not a reason to get mad or blame anybody or, you know, oh, I hate you, God, or anything, because people do that. That's a child who says those things. You know, I remember when I went through it myself, and I was just very, like, you know, shocked. I was like, this is it? This is the plan that I've been for years, and here we are with this, when it could have went my way, and my way is 10 times better than this, but I was blocked 10,000 times. I don't understand this. This is illogical and insane. So I just denounce it. I didn't give it my energy. And I just decided, you know what? I'm not going to feed the same cycle, the same pattern, and find myself in a situation that made me upset and angry many years ago. So I said, this experience is teaching me not to keep following patterns and cycles, because they will always take you to the same place. But anyway, have a wonderful day. God bless, namaste, and may peace be with you always.